another daily roundup of Russian Telegram chatter. Read the disclaimer below, please. Your like and subscribe is appreciated, it helps with increasing the reach of the channel. On Telegram today. Russia will win, the West will not understand any other language, Comic Lavrov, Putin's jester said. He also complained that the UN is silent about the attack on the Kursk region with Western weapons. Now there is an attack on the Kursk region by terrorist groups using modern Western weapons. They are simply bombing residential areas every day, bombing residential buildings, bombing social facilities, civilians moving in cars to safer places. I have not heard the voices of UN representatives who are responsible for human rights, including, of course, the Secretary-General, said the Minister of Foreign Affairs. In Russia, the share of vodka consumers has grown to 42% in a year. The majority of vodka consumers in the country, 80%, are Russians over 35 years old. Most often, vodka is bought by married men over 30 without children or with one child in the family. Brazilian President Lula da Silva says he does not support Russia's war with Ukraine. He called for implementation of a peace plan proposed by his country and China that would see a halt to fighting along the front lines. Iran has refused to support Russia in the CBO. According to President Pezeshkian, the country will no longer supply Russia with weapons. He himself is ready to sit down at the negotiating table with the Americans and Europeans on the issue of settling the Ukrainian conflict. Less than a week ago, Putin signed a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement with Iran. Authorities demand urgent investigation into tax shortfalls. The negative dynamics of income tax receipts to regional budgets is observed in the overwhelming majority of subjects of the Russian Federation, stated the chairman of the Federation Council Committee on Budget and Financial Markets Anatoly Artemonov. We are obliged to analyze what happened in the economy, in the real sector, that the profit tax fell sharply. We will have to figure this out, and not wait until the end of the year, he said. The basic income tax rate is currently 20%, with 3% going to the federal budget and 17% to regional budgets. From 2025, the rate will be increased to 25%. The amount calculated at the rate of 8% will be sent to the federal budget. Canadian stores began selling cheese curds from Belarus for $4. Way to go, Canada. P.S. In Russia these cost 47 rubles. Training kids for war is the way here in Russia. Moscow authorities will spend about 2 billion rubles to purchase drones for schools. The list of necessary equipment includes FPV cameras, helmets for first-person control of the quadcopter, mock-up simulators, navigation modules, a flight fencing kit and repair kits. In addition, the city authorities plan to purchase training manuals on drone control, as well as instructions on maintenance and firmware for such devices. The project documentation states that all this equipment is necessary to ensure the educational process. We choose quality bankrupts as friends, especially if they have untraceable gold for our coffers. Zimbabwe. The draft agreement between Russia and Zimbabwe on the introduction of a visa-free regime is under consideration by the African side, boasted the head of the Russian diplomatic mission in Harare, Krasilnikov. The chat is unverified. I do not endorse the views expressed. Be wary of disinformation and DYOR. I monitor and translate Vatnik channels as a general mood check, so you don't have to.